paragraph 3.
The purpose of this statement is twofold. The first is to inform the Commission of a matter regarding events in 2018 reported to me and retired Colonel Roelofse in 2022 involving Advocate Adv Johnson and Major General Farouz Khan. And secondly, to collaborate retired Colonel Roelofse's version of events.
Okay, then can I just pause to ask you, so you go in May 2020 as part of the duty arrangement. Where are you based? Are you based at IDAC?
Both myself and Colonel Roelofse at the time and the rest of the team was based at the DPCI in Cape Town.
Okay, and then when in May 2020, when you're now on the special assignment?
It was myself and Colonel Roelofse who was placed at ID when they started to assist with investigations there.
And at that stage, Advocate Johnson wasn't yet at IDAC?
No, Advocate Johnson only arrived there in 2022.
Okay. And your assignment was it specific to crime intelligence?
Not specifically to crime intelligence, but also to state-owned enterprises.
Okay. And at that stage, had you been aware of Major General Farouz Khan within crime intelligence?
We were aware of General Khan, but not all the issues that came out in the commission at that stage.
No, I'm just meaning the person, so he...
Correct, we knew it.
You may then go to paragraph 4 of your statement on page 2, and as indicated, this portion, Colonel Roelofse had given extensive evidence on the disclosure by the Colonel. If you could just, for purpose of corroboration, just summarize what transpired with the witness that disclosed the incident.
Commissioners, at the time in, I think it was May, we were approached by actually General Jacobs, who informed us about the Colonel, who had information regarding an incident that took place in 2018 relating to Major General Khan and Advocate Johnson.
And you were referring to General, did you say General Jacobs?
It was referred to us by General Jacobs.
And General Jacobs was...
He was the head of the Division for Crime Intelligence at the time. The Colonel was working under him in his office as a staff officer.
Okay, continue.
We then approached the Colonel, and like Colonel Roelofse testified, we then requested a statement with all the necessary documents recording that she had that was sent to her.
And just briefly tell us what it is that she had communicated to you.
She informed us that in July of 2018, the 4th of July of 2018, she was in her office and Major General Khan was also there, but he was in a boardroom not far from her office, next to. He was in a meeting. He came to her office with his cell phone. He was talking to some person on the cell phone. He then informed the Colonel that it is Andrea on the phone, and that he then handed his phone to the Colonel. The Colonel was then requested by the lady on the phone to give her personal email address, and she will send her something for General Khan that she must give to General Khan, and then she must delete the email, which she did.
Okay, and she then provided you with the information.
That's correct, Commissioners.
And what was that she had provided you with?
She provided us with a statement, her own statement, a statement of the A1 in a docket of Silverton 422 of 6/2018 and J88.
And the email as well?
And the email.
Okay.
And also the recording.
When you say the recording, what do you mean?
It's a recording that was, I think it was done by the complainant, Brigadier Petle, of the assault case. And that was also given to the colonel.
Okay. Had you ever interviewed Brigadier Petle?
Correct, Commissioners?
And she confirmed that that recording was a recording of what, a part of the incident, portion of the incident.
That's correct, Commissioners.
Okay.
It also forms part of that case docket.
Okay. Chair, we'll play the recording now.
For your company and your workforce. When you're open.
Can you close the door, please?
No, leave the door. Please don't want the door closed.
Why?
What my reasons?
But what will be the reasons?
No, leave it.
No, but you come here into my office and you just leave the door wide open.
Close the door?
No, but the door was closed.
No, leave it open because I don't want tomorrow to be accused of anything.
What would I accuse me for? What have I ever accused you for? About?
You don't have to.
Yeah, what have I ever accused you about?
but I don't
You
want
see,
to
this door, you can't talk to me in an open place.
Let's go to another place.
No,
You
there's
go
no
in.
other place.
You can come in.
No,
You can come in. Why you don't want to come in?
I don't want to come there because it's not warm enough. I've got my health reasons. No. Sit here and then close the door.
No, I don't want
Even if you don't close it fully, if you don't trust me, or go get, or you can get a witness. If you feel like,
Call your witness. So you'll witness what I'm saying.
then you'll wait until I call my witness then.
No, man, I don't need to listen.
But you say call your witness, so how do I call when you're walking out?
Where's Andy? Let's just be a witness. Where's Andy?
If you're coming here to
Not
shout
Khan,
at
I'm a
me,
general. Don't address me as Khan. That's the
see
last
now.
time you call me Khan.
you see now.
You call me general.
No, don't shout at me.
You call me general. You don't call me
Okay.
Khan. I'm not your friend. I'm your commander. Do not address me as Khan. Am I clear to you? Am I clear to you? Do not address me as Khan. You have discipline. Do you know standing orders of the police? Are you familiar with standing orders? Are you familiar? Brigadier, I'm not Khan to you. I'm not your friend. Where were you this morning? I'm here from 7:30. Why were you not at work? Answer me. Where were you this morning? What time do you start work? You're not going to talk. The pen is very powerful. You have lots of issues at the moment. You want me to add to them? Brigadier, you want me to add to your issues? I need to know where were you? I need answers from you. Do you want me to add to your issues? Have I been rude to you? Why are you rude to me? Do I call you Petle? Leo? I've never called you anything but Brigadier. But can you say the same in your heart? You cannot. Do some introspection and find out why these things are happening to you. Okay? You come to my office tomorrow morning at 7:30. I'll see you at 12. Bring your witness with you. And that's general for you.
Thank you, Chair. That's the audio. Captain, could I ask you to please identify the female voice in the audio?
The female is Brigadier Petley,
And the male voice?
is General Khan.
And when you interviewed General Petley, we know that one of the allegations was that there was assault. Did she tell you what had transpired?
Commissioners, we didn't go into detail of what transpired because I have had listened to the recording and read a statement. So we basically just went over a statement of what transpired, and she confirmed what was in her A1 statement at the time.
And to you, what did she say was the assault?
The general spoke about a pen, and if I look at the J88 and what Brigadier Petley is saying, it's more about the pen because he was doing this, and the J88 also speak about injuries on the chest.
And what's the description of the injuries?
It just shows that there's marks, like if somebody pierces you with a pen, that is the type of injuries it shows on the J88.
On page 17 of the exhibit bundle.
Captain, the J88 is completed by whom?
Independent doctor, Commissioner. I must also state that when I went to fetch the initial docket, the original docket, the 422, some of the J88 pages is missing. So I'm following up with the doctor to see if we can get a proper J88.
So if you go to page 17, which is the J88, can you just identify to us how does one see what the injuries were? We're not displaying it though.
If I look at the J88, there's a few pictures of a body there, Commissioners, and you can see where the doctor made circles is where you can, what I see as, that's my version of a pin when somebody poke you with a pin.
Okay.
I'm looking at page 20.
17,
No,
Commissioner.
20, is that not where the doctor is explaining the nature of the injuries, perhaps?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't read that. Do we have something legible? I do see swelling, for example, and then number 3, because there's 1, 2, 3. I also see what looks like 4 multiple something.
Chair, that's all that we have of the docket, yes. And then there is on page 33 a bigger version of it, but it's still the same. Page 33, I think it says 1 swelling on the upper part of the middle left forearm. That's at 1. And then it gives I guess, as the size of it, plus minus 2.2. Can't see what that is. And then the second one, bruise superficial on facial left. And then 3, 4 multiple small bruises on, and I can't read the rest. And then if you go to page 17, which has the markers of the injuries. We can go then back to your statement. So that is what was contained in the docket,
Correct.
or what the colonel had given you as what she had received from Advocate Andrea Johnson.
That's correct.
Okay. And then if you can just then go to page 4 of your statement.
I'm just, sorry. I've just been trying to cross-refer here. I've gone back to page 17 because looking at number 2, which is what? No, number 1. The swelling, no, bruise, number 2, superficial on, is that facial? And left. So I went back to 17 and I'm looking at what appears there. If you look at the top line, 1, 2, there's a circle there. Do you see
On
that?
top of the head, correct, Commissioner.
Yes, and it's on the left-hand side.
That's correct.
If this has not been filled in, would you ordinarily have the circle that we see there?
No.
Or is that circle
Yeah, that is the doc where the doctor will say this is where injuries.
the
When he
doctors-
examines the patient, that is
Yes.
where he shows.
Then
Yeah,
the doctor makes
correct.
that as an indication. All right, I just wanted to, all right.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Sigurd.
Ms. Dube, before you go to the disclosure, Captain, I'm just trying to understand procedurally what happens. So you have the complaint from the whistleblower, and then you have the statement, and then you have the docket from the 2018 incident. What do you do now? Do you open a separate docket dealing with what the whistleblower told you Advocate Johnson did? What exactly do you do? Is that a new case, or do you open a new docket?
Correct,
Procedurally,
Commissioner.
what do you do?
So what we did in this case, with any other case, we don't use the original case docket that is there. We try to preserve that as it is for the court to see what was in that case docket. So what we did in this case, we opened an inquiry into the matter. And in that inquiry, I didn't even want to place the statement of the colonel in that inquiry. I just wrote up the investigating diary, although I know I had the original statement. So that is how we proceeded with this.
So you open an inquiry, and then it has an inquiry number.
Yes, 8 of 9/2022.
Do you investigate it as a criminal offense? What
You-
do you investigate it as?
It's as a normal criminal offense, but it's just an inquiry at that stage until you have all the evidence all the statements, and then open a case docket.
Let me tell you where I'm going with this so that you can understand me. There's a suggestion by a witness before you that once your investigation started, how the content of the whistleblower statement was shared between DPCI and the NPA and Advocate Johnson may in itself have been improper. So what I'm trying to understand is, if it's a normal inquiry as opposed to a criminal investigation, is there anything untoward with the statement being shared between various units or institutions?
We don't have an issue because we requested, the reason we gave that copy of the statement to General Labia is to request a prosecutor from the MPA to assist us, to guide us in the investigation, and also to get our Section 205s authorized, because otherwise we couldn't get anything done. That's the only reason we did it that way.
Right.
But there's nothing untoward. But where it becomes a problem...
Sorry, I know Advocate Ngube is getting to that. I just needed to understand, is it a criminal investigation or it's an inquiry?
It's a
and the difference between the two, you've clarified.
It's a criminal investigation. The one is, it's just got an inquiry number, and the other will have a case number when the investigation is finalized.
Thank you, Captain. Page 4 of your statement, the investigation. Paragraph 10, you can read there.
In June of 2022, after meeting with the Colonel, Colonel Roelofse and I met with Mr. Andrew Leesk of AgriForum and Advocate Gerry Nel and Mr. Bateman. As an aside, Advocate Nel and Andrea Johnson worked together at the MPA at some point, and most notably on the prosecution of Oscar Pistorius. I can add there, at that time in 2011, Advocate Johnson also worked with us when we did the General Mgluli matter, the fraud and corruption matter, but later she withdrew from all activities on that investigation. Obviously because her husband is working for crime intelligence. Junaid Johnson.
Okay.
I have read Colonel Roelofse's statement submitted to the Commission and confirmed that my recollection of the meeting is the same as his, as contained in his statement. In particular, I want to highlight that Mr. Barry Bateman told us that Advocate Johnson had requested the information, the Petley criminal complaint, from him. I note that in his statement that I obtained from Mr. Bateman on the 23rd of June 2026, he stated he does not have a recollection of the circumstances that led to him sending the information to Advocate Johnson. However, he can only infer that it was following a discussion and response to a request from Advocate Johnson. This, together with Mr. Bateman's recollection of a reluctance to provide a statement when same was requested in 2022, suggests to me that Mr. Bateman is aware that Advocate Johnson's request to him was not
innocuous. Yeah. Now, can I just ask you, at the time when you asked Mr. Bateman for his statement in June 2022, had he prepared something? Did he give an undertaking that he would prepare a statement? Why did it take 4 years to secure that statement?
We did have, Colonel Roelofse did get a draft statement from Mr. Barry Bateman, but there was questions that we had relating to the events and how it occurred. And we wanted his downloads of the cell phone. But when Advocate Johnson were informed by Advocate Batoy, and he received a call from Advocate Johnson, I think it was for that reason that we couldn't finalize his statement at that point in time.
But what do you mean by that? I mean, you're just leaving it hanging in the air. What do you mean that is the reason that it took so long to get the statement from him?
I can just say that what I think Mr. Bateman was doing was to see whether anything is going to happen with the investigation before finalizing his statement. Because if I was in his shoes and he's trusting the police, he is informing us of the information that he received or the request that he received. Now all of a sudden, the same person who he gives the information about is phoning him. I will also perhaps just wait until something will happen from the MPA side.
But he didn't express to you the reason why he was delaying with the statement?
Not at all.
Okay. And do you recall how many times you would follow up to get the statement from him?
Quite a few times, but I must say that Advocate Gerry Nel and Mr. Leesk assisted me a lot in this matter to get the statement finalized.
Then you can continue with your statement. At page 5, the top of page 5, you say, I would suggest the call Mr. Bateman received. That was where you were at, middle of that paragraph.
I would suggest that the call Mr. Bateman received from Advocate Johnson in September of 2022, which I deal with later, had played a part in him not finalizing his statement. We requested the statement from Mr. Bateman in June of 2022, but Mr. Bateman only provided the statement in June of 2026, 4 years after he was requested to submit the statement.
When he submits the statement now in June 2026, is it because you followed up on it or he volunteered it finally?
Sorry, Commissioner. Yes, Commissioner. After I now received or I requested a prosecutor, and there was a promise of a prosecutor, I then requested Mr. Herringnell and Andrew Lees again to assist me to get the statement done, because we need to give it to the prosecutor so they can have a picture of what transpired.
Okay, continue with your statement. I think it's paragraph 13.
In August of 2022, we received the statement from the Colonel setting out events of 4 July 2018. At this stage, Advocate Johnson was the head of IDAC, where I was placed, even though I was attached to the DPCI. We could not approach Advocate Johnson given the allegations of interference and defeating the ends of justice. At that stage, I had also obtained the assault and intimidation docket to establish whether the information of the Colonel was indeed the A1 statement, the J88 and audio file of the incident. I confirm that what the Colonel gave us matched the information contained in the docket. According to SAP's records, on 15 December 2021, the MPA informed the investigating officer that it would not prosecute the assault and intimidation case against General Khan. And on the 13th of January 22, the docket has been withdrawn.